Hey, good afternoon, everybody. How you doing? Welcome to Chicago. Here we're at Clark and Fullerton, working from home today. So we're going to probably take an extended lunchtime walk here. We got 12:12 in the PM here, May the 1st, 2026. Happy Mayday. So I'm going to head to Union Park, which is on the west side of Chicago. It's going to take us probably over an hour to get there. This is my usual lunchtime walk. And then there's going to be some speakers there. I think there's going to be a Mayday parade to Daly Plaza starting at 2 p.m. I might stick around to the beginning of the parade, and then we'll get out of there, and then I'll head back home. And I probably won't do a live stream tonight on TikTok because I'll be working later tonight, and we're taking extended lunch to cover this. This is probably the most interesting thing happened in Chicago today. You know, I covered it last year. It's kind of sentimental because Drew Drzezinskis marched with us last year, and he's no longer with us. I don't know who remembers Drew Drzezinskis. Hey, Sabrina, Suburban Garden, Chris, Sarah, Julie Reed. Thanks everybody. Beach Please, Wayne. Yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in here. We'll get the gimbal worked out here. Hey, thanks everybody that tuned in yesterday. We went to the Joliet jail and watched that Joliet Slammers game, at least the beginning of it, until it started raining. They did delay the game for a rain delay, and we got out of there, made sure Grim Evil got home, and then we got us some Aurelio's pizza, which was nice, with Ernie and Chris. So thanks to Chris and Ernie and Grim Evil. Thanks to Grim Evil for getting us the tickets, and we got them back for the money. And they never checked their parking pass. That was funny. And but it was a good time seeing the jail there. I'll still post reruns this weekend. We'll post reruns. Here's the I zoomed out all the way. There's the Twin Sisters. You know where we're at because this is where we would walk to and from work. Camera's kind of crooked. We'll get it straight here. Valerie, One Gold Nubian, Tea Time. Julie Reed, thanks for tuning in there. Beach Please. Missed anybody? JS from Australia. Melbourne, thanks for tuning in. Yeah, you're already, see, we're past the noon hour. You're probably into the next morning there. Yeah, you're already into Saturday. We're still in Friday, so we're still in Mayday. We're still going to do the Mayday parade here in Chicago for labor rights unions. Yeah, it should be interesting because I didn't realize I haven't been following the news locally as much as I probably should have. I guess the local Chicago Teachers Union, they were going to call off classes so the students could participate. That's kind of interesting. And so I think it's kind of voluntary now. We'll see if any of the high school students, I think UIC, there's people from UIC that's going to join us. We'll see how many people show up. There's a good crowd last year, and I think this is important to document. I think Ernesto's sleeping in. Well deserved. I'm pretty tired too. That's why I missed the live stream this morning. But yeah. So good afternoon. STV, and we do not care what you think. We don't care if you think we're a shithole. We won't tell you what we think of you because we're more polite than you are. And I guess you got to do what you need to do to make yourself feel better about yourself by putting other people down. We're not a shithole. No matter what you say, you're wrong. Chicago is a lot of wealth concentrated here. That's what we're gonna. But it's not equal. It's not equally distributed. Maybe you're the one trying to suppress us all. Do your worst. Do your worst. Sit there and be all angry and pissed off, and we're gonna enjoy the day. We're gonna enjoy the spring flowers. Some people just can't enjoy life. I don't understand it. Here's the tulips. You don't have to like Chicago. That's fine. No one's forcing you to like or dislike anything. You can dislike heaven too. That's fine. Here's you can dislike God. Here is Cleveland and Grant. I'm sure if you do, you tell us about it. Here is Mid-North Historic District. Yeah, does this piss you off? Good. Here, we're going to piss a lot of people off today just by covering this demonstration of people expressing their First Amendment free speech rights. People tell me to get a job. They'll curse me up and down, say I'm a horrible person, I deserve to rot in hell in prison. I don't even know these people. Imagine if I met them in real life, what they really think about me, if that's what they tell me, and we don't even know each other. Hey, welcome to Chicago. Here is Cleveland Street, Lincoln Park, Chicago. And the reason I'm walking there, it's starting later this year. Last year we went there around noontime. Seemed like it was earlier last year. Now it's not going to start until 1 p.m. and the parade doesn't start until 2 p.m. And like most of these things, they're delayed and don't start right away. And Scott, how you doing there? Used to live at North Avenue in Pulaski. That's good. Back in the 50s, North and Pulaski. Very nice. We were on Pulaski yesterday. We were on Pulaski because Ernesto lives near Brighton Park there, or Archer Heights, or whatever it is. And here, yeah, let's head over to Oz Park. I need to cut over here. Yeah, again, sorry for Lambie. Lambie T lost one of her beloved pets. Was that your dog, Lambie, or your cat? I know 15 years, I think it was one of your pets, right? So thanks everybody for condolences to Lambie T. She let us know the sad news yesterday. So thanks everybody for supporting Lambie T through her mourning and loss. And we'll try to cheer everybody up there. Yeah, Grandma's Corner. Thanks everybody. Sandra, France, Corsica. Yeah, the island, very nice. Your dog, Daisy May. I thought it was your dog. Yeah, that's thanks Lambie T, Daisy May. Our condolences. Lambie lost her beloved dog of 15 years, Daisy May. That's all we said. I'm going to ignore comments I don't understand. I don't understand your question. Someone asking about an investigator. I have no idea what that is. Are you you're trying to gaslight us or something? I don't understand what's going on. I don't know, Johnny Apple. Maybe you can educate us about Richard Speck. I don't know that off the top of my head. There's many things I don't know. I'm not the internet. I know people are shocked that I don't know things that other people are common knowledge. And it's amazing thing about live streaming, you discover how much you don't know. And discover it every day. Here, Lincoln Park. So here we're at the 6-way intersection of Larrabee, Lincoln, and Webster. We'll head over to Bissell because there's some nice housing over there. We'll go by Oz Park. So we got about 45 degrees. It's kind of cool today. It's cooler than yesterday. It got up to 65 degrees when we were in Joliet briefly, and then that rain came and it cooled down. It's about 45 degrees. It's probably not going to get much warmer. The sun was out, which helped out, but here we'll wait to cross the street. We'll go over to the Tin Man there in Oz Park. Yeah, who is Richard Speck? Maybe they can educate us there. Somebody brought that up before. I think some people, it's like something on the court TV channel or the crime channel, one of those unsolved murder mystery things, which people seem to really follow. So here's the Tin Man. Here's the Tin Man in Oz Park. It's a John Kearney statue. We show it all the time. So we'll blow by it here. We're gonna go down towards Union Park. We'll head to the west side. We're on the north side here. Hey, there's Lincoln Park High School. They're celebrating something there. Playing some ball games. Hello all, how you doing there? Naya Papaya, KTD2 XRT fan, son, Lambie, thanks everybody. Bell, if I missed anybody there. Here's the Here's the Tin Man. No, not the Tin Man. Here's the Scarecrow. Here's the Scarecrow in Oz Park. Scarecrow in Oz Park. Another John Kearney statue. Lincoln Park High School's over there. Looks like people are playing tennis. There's some ball games. There's some people over here in the Emerald Gardens. Yeah, Wes is tuning in. So happy Friday, May the 1st, 2026. We'll seize the day here. But yeah, I'll continue to post reruns of our day in Joliet yesterday. I took the day off yesterday. I did work like 2 hours yesterday morning. I was checking email and fired up the laptop before. So if anybody's concerned about me taking an extended lunch, I'll make sure I book the hours that I clocked there on my timesheet. Here is pretty flexible with our hybrid work schedule here. There's the Sears Tower from Oz Park. No, yeah, this is Oz Park, Lincoln Park, Chicago. They call this the Dorothy's Playground. We'll head through here. Yeah, director, how you doing there, son? Christy M. Yeah, Julie Reed. So we'll cross the river at North Avenue. There's a nice bridge there. Here's the water fountain. Water fountains are on. There's Dorothy. So hey, we're seeing 3 of the 4 John Kearney statues that I know of here in Oz Park. We show them all the time. I walk through here. It's near where I live. And we're going to head to the west side, go to Union Park. Over by the United Center. Maybe we'll even see the United Center if I have time to go over there. Here's Dorothy and Toto. Dorothy and Toto, the John Kearney statues. This one's made out of bronze. See Oz Park. Oz Park here, Lincoln Park, Chicago. Named after Frank Baum's books there. Richard Speck murdered 8 nurses in July 14th. 1966, okay, so now I know what you're talking about. So in the Mad Men, I remember watching Mad Men, and they dealt with that. That would really shock the nation when Richard Speck murdered those 8 nurses. And yeah, that, you know, just like Charles Manson and all these other, and so that was in this area. That was in Lincoln Park. Was that at the Augustina Hospital? I'll look into that. Thanks for bringing that up there, I guess. We were at the Joliet prison yesterday. That's where John Wayne Gacy was jailed. I think he was executed to the Statesville, which is still there north of there. And other people, Leopold and Loeb, were in that prison. It was creepy. The really old ones, they call them the tombs. Check out my content there on YouTube and TikTok. You'll probably be, if you're interested in crime, you'll be interested in the Joliet prison. That's where Elwood picked up Jake for the Blues Brothers movie. Yeah. Brazil, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the context there. Thanks, Johnny, for I couldn't connect the name with the crime. I know that, Mario. Don't you think I'm stupid? I'm gonna walk there. It's gonna take me an hour to walk there at Union Park. So what's your point? You know, like, I'm stupid for walking there? Yeah, thanks. What else? Tell me what else I'm doing wrong. I've never gotten so much free advice. Here, Mayday. See, they made it first. They ripped it off. I'll tell you one thing. I feel like dumb. I feel dumb for being a live streamer. I feel dumb for subjecting myself to dumb questions over and over again. I really appreciate the Lunch Bunch and good friends and followers, but I do feel less enthused about humanity seeing what people have commented both on TikTok and YouTube over the past 3 years. And I guess that's the point. Realize that most of the people in the world are pretty cruel. Most of the people are not nice. Most people hate your guts and they'll tell it to you. So we're used to it. Just like being in high school, you get spit wads, spit in the back of your face. People are like, why? Why are you getting mad? Just hitting you in the back of the head with spitballs. Yeah, KQD2, thanks to rain. Yeah, look, people are preaching. People are preaching religion. Yeah, preach a choir there. Tell us we're all going to hell and Christ is returning, and yeah, what else we need to know? What else are we sinning about here? Hey, look at this. So this is some of the post mini gallery. Look at that. There's some. This is like the little free libraries, but this is a little piece of artwork. It's like a. There's me. Here's Brian Really Chicago. It's like a little diorama here. I like it. It's like the Thorn miniature rooms at the Art Institute. Yeah, thanks, one going Nubian. Yeah, the economic blackout. Yeah, people are, you know, we're thinking about where the money's going, who benefits from all this money being sloshing around the stock market. Does it benefit the war machine or does it benefit the people? Power to the people. You're going to see some controversial messages. You're going to see some controversial banners and slogans. We're going to anger some people. We're going to shock some people by just people exercising their First Amendment free speech right to assemble, freely assemble, and get their message across here. Yeah, we're going to see all kinds of race baiting. We're going to see all kinds of people trying to divide us according to religion and ethnicity and color of our skin. We're going to see people try to divide us according to politics. We all pay the same gas price. Whether you're a Republican or a Democrat, we all pay the same price for gas. And why were you angry when the gas price went up under Biden and then you're okay with it under Trump? I don't understand the difference. Please explain it to me. I guess it's all worth the sacrifice, right? Webster and Bissell. What time we got? 12:30. So we got time to get to Union Park. We got plenty of time. I don't need to get there before the speakers. I just want to get there before the parade starts. And that's mainly what I want to film. And so we'll head down Bissell Street. We'll check out the beautiful flowers and spring foliage here in Lincoln Park, Chicago. Yeah, the night Chicago died. The night the music died. Yeah, the game was nice. We only saw the first 3 innings. We didn't stick around because it started raining and there actually was a rain delay. So we checked out more of the jail. We saw some rooms that we didn't see, which was nice. We saw that Simpsons graffiti or street art inside it. I'll post that later. Here is Bissell Street. This is Bissell Street, Lincoln Park, Chicago. How's everybody doing? There's the sound of the train. See the elevated train heading behind those buildings there on Bissell Street. Look at these nice 4 flats and 6 flats and 2 flats or whatever they are. It's nice residential housing on Bissell Street, the nice tree-lined streets. Yeah. No, we went to Aurelia's Pizza. We could have went to Villanova. It doesn't matter. If we went to Villanova, people would have been pissed that we didn't go to Aurelia's. Since we went to Aurelia's, you're going to be pissed that we didn't go to Villanova. I appreciate the good suggestion there. You know, I actually probably would have been okay with going to Villanova. Aurelio's is not my favorite, but I hadn't had it in a while, and I tried it, and it was fine. But again, Aurelio's is nice Chicago-style pizza, but it's not my favorite. But that's what we had, and I rarely get Aurelio's pizza, so it was nice to have it for a change. And I still promote it. I know the Pope likes it. But hey, thanks everybody for your good suggestions for pizza yesterday. No matter what I do, I'm going to let somebody down, so thanks for understanding. Here is Bissell and Dickens. Bissell and Dickens. We'll head straight down to Willow Street, and then we'll cut across to Sheffield, and then we'll cut across North Avenue. We're going to go to West Town. We'll walk down, I plan to walk down Noble Street, Noble Square, and then we'll head to Union Park, and then we'll be pretty close once we get across the river there. Yeah, the L goes by. There's the L train there, you can hear it. See if we can see it here. There, you can see it there. There it is. Look, one goes one way. Oh, one goes two. Look at the trains there. One goes one way, one goes the other. Look at that. Eclipse of the train. A total eclipse of the heart. So there's four. There's the red line heading south. That was a brown line heading north, I think. And here we are on Bissell Street, Lincoln Park, Chicago. Yeah, it was nice to see the Joliet buildings. We saw downtown Joliet. That's on YouTube. Yeah, we saw the Rialto Theater. And we would have got in that museum, but it was closed. It was supposed to be open. It said it was open on Thursday, but it was closed. So maybe they closed it because the Slammers game was going on. I don't know. Yeah, one train in a hurry. Yeah, Jesus loves us. That's great. Here is Bissell Street, Lincoln Park, Chicago. We're almost down to Armitage. We'll go by Annette's Ice Cream. It's a popular ice cream spot, especially in the summertime. You got about 45 degrees Fahrenheit, like less than 10 degrees Celsius, like 5-7 degrees Celsius, and we got 12:34 in the PM here, Chicago Central Time. Chicago's not a shithole. I disagree with you, kind person there. You think it's a shithole, that's fine. Stay away. Don't spend any money here. Don't even come to Illinois. Stay out of our state. We don't want you. You have such a dense attitude about it. I'm sure somebody will call wherever you live. They won't like it either, but they ain't going to change your opinion about where you live. Your opinion's not going to change our opinion. Thanks for tuning in. Here is Honorary Dan O'Connell Way. And we know in Chicago, we just got to wait to the next election. Mayor Brandon Johnson is most likely not going to win re-election. So it's probably going to be Mendoza or Janulius or some other Democratic machine candidate. And there's nothing you or I can do about it. Just like corporate money. Hey, this is a nice Armitage Hardware. Go to the Armitage Hardware here on Bissell. Support your local businesses, whether you like Chicago or not. Here is, hey, look at the tulips. We'll tiptoe through the tulips. Why are people so negative? Can you say anything positive, or you only got negative things to say? I know I'm not talking about the Lunch Bunch. The Lunch Bunch is great. I'm talking about the usual suspects that try to invade with negativity. Why are you so negative? Go be negative on somebody else's channel, please. Help us out. Here is there you go, Derby. Thanks for the good. Yeah, write me in. If you want Brian Really Chicago for mayor, you could write me in. So few people turn out for the elections. So if 100,000 people write me in, we got a chance. I got 100,000 followers on TikTok. They don't all live in Chicago. That's the problem. They're not eligible to vote here. Nah, Scott, don't worry, be happy. You got it. We'll sing the song. Do 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 do. Don't worry. Do 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 do. Be happy. Do 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 do. Don't worry, be happy. Yeah. Yeah, Chicago. Hey, nice tulips. So this is how I remember that usually people are like, how's the weather in Chicago in spring? I usually, most of the time, seems like every time we're at Cinco de Mayo, you get the nice bright sunshine, but it's cold. It's like 45. You're like seeing your breath. You got the lakes cooling you down. And the trees are looking nice. The flowers are looking nice. It looks like spring. It just doesn't feel like spring. There's the gold. Look at this ghost sign. We show this all the time. Gold medal flower ghost sign. This used to be a storefront. This is Wisconsin and Bissell. The nice storefronts here. There used to be more train stations. SoCal, yeah, thanks the rain, thanks for the support. See, you get the same thing in California. People bash California. People like to visit California. They just don't like the politics outside of California. Even people in California, we, just like in Illinois, we know we got weird politics. It's been weird for a while. Thanks, Belle. How you doing? Thanks for the coffee. Yeah, I need the coffee. Here, raised streets. Here's the, see how it looks like this house is sinking? It's not the case. They raised the streets. We talk about it all the time. Getting closer to the river. Yeah, Grandma's Corner. How you doing there? Chi-Town. Prince. Yeah, so if you just joined, we're in Chicago. We're heading to Union Park for the Mayday parade. Parade doesn't start until 2 p.m., so we got plenty of time to get there. And, there are going to be some speakers at 1. Hopefully we'll just walk up. There'll be people speaking. We'll see people gathered there. And, I am wearing a coat. It's like 45 degrees Fahrenheit. Just in case. Probably didn't need to wear a coat, but I'd rather be warm than chilly. See, raised streets. You see how the garden apartment's down below there. This is on Bissell Street, Lincoln Park, Chicago. We're almost to Willow. Yeah, Jessica, how you doing there? Croatia. Christina, thanks for tuning in there. PMAR there. Friends and neighbors. Good afternoon. Learn English. Hey, see how I'm helping out there. That's great. Thanks for... Hopefully I need to speak proper English instead of my mush mouth here. So here, yeah, we're almost down to Willow Street. We'll cut over to Sheffield. We'll be like by North and Clybourne. We'll head under the elevated train tracks here. Chicago, Illinois, United States, America, planet Earth. That's where we're at. 12:39 p.m. Friday, Mayday, May the 1st, 2026. 12:39 p.m. We got 45 degrees Fahrenheit, about 5 degrees Celsius, something like that. 7 degrees, single digits, above freezing though. Any day above freezing is a good day in Chicago. We'll head over here. We'll head to the right. Yeah, it's the only way I can just deal with things. I'll just get all depressed if we go down in the muck, which is so easy to do. I do it enough as it is. You know how most people are just waiting for me to lose my cool. Here is the, see, look, this is where the red line goes down into the subway tunnel. So the red line comes out of the subway tunnels and joins the brown and the purple here at Willow Street. So let me cross before we get to the light here. There we go. Clybourne, we're over by Clybourne Street. Here, look at this picnic table. Home, sweet home Chicago. Andy Zah, how you doing? Today's your birthday. To your dad. Christina's birthday. Christina's dad's got a birthday there. So hey, happy birthday to your dad there, Christina. Get your Euros, Greek Euro situation. We got the walk. We'll cross down this way. So I'm gonna risk it. We're gonna go. There's a nice view to the one Chicago there. All right, we got the walk. I ran for nothing. You see, Jennifer, you should eat walks in this area a lot. It's used to be an industrial area. She knows all the industries that used to be located here, and a lot of this was converted to commercial uses with surface parking lots. Yeah, happy birthday to Christina's dad. 71. Hey. Yeah, Monday it'll be in the 70s. We just got to get to Monday. It'll be up and down, up and down. doo-wop groups. There's all those Motown groups out of Detroit. Does anybody know any doo-wop groups out of Chicago? I know New Jersey has a bunch of doo-wop groups. Jersey boys. New Zealand, hey, Helen. How you doing? Thriving with the successes. Hey, it's nice. So we're on Sheffield now. We're almost to North Avenue, and then we'll cut across. There's a nice suspension bridge, and then we'll head over to West Town. And then we'll be technically on the west side. How you doing? Yeah, I'm Brian Really Chicago. Hey, how you doing? It's okay if I film you?
Yes.
Yeah, you want to say hello? You want to give a shout out? How you doing?
Are you live right now?
Yeah, I'm live. I'm on YouTube. I'm going to Union Park because of the Mayday parade. They're going to march. I think even the teachers union and everything. Yeah. But hey, thanks for it's on YouTube. But I'm on TikTok. I was on TikTok yesterday. I was in Joliet because
I love your voice. It like a podcast to me when I'm listening to you in the morning sometimes.
Good. So. Well, thanks for coming to say. What you want to give a shout out or say hello to anybody?
I just want to say hi to you.
Good. Thank you. That's good. Well, have a great day. That's great. Friends and neighbors there. That's great. See, fellow Chicagoans. This is what it is. This is what it's all about. Thank you. That made my day. So hey, see, they wanted to say hello and appreciate it. Very nice. Hey, 62 in Texas. That's great. Yeah, there's the north side. So we're on the north side. We're going to head to the west side. And very nice. Yeah, Concord Place, Sheffield. So, yeah. Yeah, I was confused yesterday because like towards the end, I was back on TikTok. And, you know, there was some... You know, I do my analytics, and most people that watch my channel are my age or older, you know, middle age. There's not, I don't, you know, it's probably good that I don't have a huge under 30 following, you know, it makes sense. But there was some like young kids, like teenagers and stuff, and they were figuring out that I was live streaming, and then all kinds of weird things. They were like yelling my name and like trying to mess with my live, and I think they were just making fun of me is what it was, but you know, they still were like fascinated with what was going on. Yeah, people like me. I feel like from that the Stuart Smalley from SNL. People like me. Here, let's cross the. Here we go. So this is yeah, Chicago Police. This is North Avenue. North Avenue. See, there's a bunch of Best Buy stuff here. Here's this, yeah, a lot of traffic on North Avenue. Here's this Formula Fitness Club. There's a great view up there. If you can get up there, it's a parking garage. You can see the skyline. Whole Foods, REI's down that way. Crate and Barrel. There's an Apple store that way. The North and Clybourne stop on the red line. We're going to cross here. But yeah, this is all the Best Buy, big box retail. We'll wait for the left turns here. Chicago Police. Yeah, if you just tune in Chicago, Illinois, United States, America, planet Earth, here we'll head over to the west side. Not too far west. People on the true west side, they're like, that's not the west side. You got to go west of the United Center. You know it. We're going to Union Park. Long time no see. Yeah, Valerie, how you doing? Wish you could vote. Hey, move to Chicago, just for the election. Register to vote. Do you have in Chicago MC Mickey D's McDonald's? Yeah, we got McDonald's. Is that what you're asking? McDonald's. Yeah, we have. Not only do we have McDonald's in Chicago, we have the Fortune 500 corporate headquarters of McDonald's is located in the West Loop of Chicago. It used to be in Oak Brook, which was a suburb of Chicago, but 10 years ago, they moved their headquarters to the West Loop. And there's a Hamburger University there. I got a rerun on it. Message me if you want. I could send you reruns of it because I don't think we might go close to it later today. If we walk into the West Loop with the Mayday Parade. But here, if you just joined, we're on North Avenue here, Chicago, Illinois. They got a McDonald's restaurant there where you can get, it's a menu from the world. You can get stuff that's in McDonald's in different countries that you can't get most other American McDonald's. Yeah, I got a radio voice. I also got a radio face. You know, people are always like, show your face, but that's why I treat this like, most people recognize me by my voice. You know, they'll hear my voice, and that's what it is. So we'll keep going here. Look at this. So this is not only is this a bascule bridge that's counterweight, it can also spin. It could rotate like a flipper. It has it could rotate sideways. But I've never seen it do that. I've never seen this one lift or anything. They used to be, they don't allow traffic across it anymore. It's just for pedestrians. This is the cable stayed bridge over the north branch of the Chicago River where the turning basin is at North Avenue. They replaced this bridge about 20 years ago. When I moved to Chicago, this was a big giant bascule bridge. It was really large, but they replaced it. And we'll get some nice skyline views as we head across the turning basin here. I want to get the kayak in here later this summer. Hopefully we'll get the kayak in here. We can launch at the REI. We just got to get the kayak down there. Do I love Jack Black? Some people think I'm Jack Black's brother. You know, I love everybody. If I love Jack Black, I love you and me and everybody else. Yeah, even the trolls. I love the trolls. Here is that's the hardest thing to do, is to love your enemies. You know, all the preaching about Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ says love your enemies. That's a really hard thing to do. I don't think Donald Trump loves his enemies. But we can overlook that, right? Yeah, it's all part of God's plan. Here is, I'm joking. Here's the skyline of Chicago. Here's part of the skyline of Chicago. We're at the North Avenue. 1600 north. We're about 1,000 west or so. Pakistan, how you doing? Licensed physiotherapist in Chicago. That's great. There you go. Yeah, we need more physiotherapists here. It's all beyond my control. The president wants to put his picture on the passport. A lot of Americans are against that. We don't want to see his face on our passport. I feel like we've been branded. Here is, yeah, folding kayaks. I was looking at the folding kayaks. I guess Oru makes some folding kayaks. Thankfully, Chris has got me some hard shells. I'm probably too rough on the folding ones. I would be afraid I'd get a leak. But so if you just join me in Chicago on North Avenue, we'll get off of this. Well, we got to go under the highway, so we'll be on North Avenue for a little bit. We'll go by where the exit used to be, or exit, Punk Bar. The second iteration of it. First one was on Wells Street. So here's a Home Depot over here. Big box Home Depot with a big parking lot. There is a kayak rental place right there. So if you want to rent a kayak, go down Magnolia, right a block south. There's a kayak rental facility there. You get on the river. $4.09 for a gallon of gas. Yeah, we're gonna go by this BP. We'll do a check on gas prices in Chicago on our way to Union Park. Happy Mayday. Here's hey, they got all the flowers out at Home Depot. Look at that. Here comes a big truck. Streets of Sanitation Department, Chicago, Illinois, North Avenue. Hey, Marlo, thanks for tuning in. Valerie. I know. I'm happy. I renewed my passport like a few years ago, so I'm not due hopefully until after his term is over. No, I do. No. Okay, so Assad, please take it easy on me. No, I am not a fan of Donald Trump. I am not a fan of Donald Trump. I never was. I didn't like him when he had his reality TV show. I didn't like Donald Trump in the 1990s. I thought he was a joke, but now the joke's on me. Because Americans like jokes when they could use it to further their agenda. They like paying, they like trolling, they like Pepe the Frog. There we're at Throop. We're at Throop and North Avenue here. Throop and North Avenue, Chicago, Illinois. United States of America, planet Earth. Thanks for tuning in. We're heading to Union Park for Mayday. Is anybody else around the world, they celebrating Mayday, May the 1st? The labor union movement started in Chicago in the 1880s. The Haymarket, you know. So this is where Exit used to be. There was a punk bar called Exit. Look, they got electric charging stations here. Next to the Exit, they got a bunch of electric charging stations. This used to be a punk bar. They took down the sign. I'm glad we filmed it when the sign was still there. This was the Exit, the second level. See, Exit, that's the last ghost sign. That's a ghost sign for a punk bar that closed in 2024 for a health code violation here. 8-0 last. I used to hang out there all the time. I miss it. There, 578. 578. There's your gas price. This is the BP at Elston and North Avenue. 578. 668 for diesel. 668 for diesel. This is in Chicago, Illinois. North side. 578. Actually 579. And it's 669 for diesel. This is the BP at Elston and North Avenue. This is this is May the 1st, 2026. This is Elston. See, here's the, let me cross the street. There's the Morton Salt sign. There's the Morton Salt sign, the salt shed. Let me get across the street. The car's trying to run me over. So we'll head down there sometime. They got the Morton Salt shed sign, the girl with the umbrella and the salt. The old branding logo. Nah, Crowbar's gone. I used to hang out at Crowbar too. Yeah, Crowbar closed down like 20 years ago, but yeah, it made it to like 2007 or something. Crowbar. I think it was closed before the Great Recession. Here is North Avenue. Look at the traffic on North Avenue. There's so much traffic that comes through here. Uses 4 lanes. So yeah, Assad, yeah, I appreciate your question there. You realize what a political landmine this is, me as someone with hundreds of thousands of followers, to try to wade in these landmines, because my audience spans the spectrum, and no matter what I say, I'll give you my opinion. But when I start talking about that, the algorithm is going to start feeding a bunch of pro-Palestinian and pro-Israeli trolls into my live on Mayday, when I'm going to cover a labor rights union march, and they're going to be here anyway. So maybe you're part of the algorithm pushing controversial questions to my feed here. I appreciate it. Yeah, I feel that I'm not a fan of Benjamin Netanyahu. I feel like Netanyahu tricked America into supporting what they wanted to happen to Iran, and now the Straits of Hormuz is closed, and we're in a very bad situation. In America, the stock market doesn't realize it or doesn't care, and it's interesting how can, you know, oil's trying to go back below $100 a barrel because they're trying to short it back down. And here, we'll head across here. So he's riding a bike wearing headphones. He dinged the bell. If I would yell, he wouldn't be able to hear me because he's listening to music, and he's riding on a sidewalk. What a jerk. But at least he can't hear me because he's wearing headphones. It's very dangerous riding headphones, like even walking with headphones, because someone can jump you. They can come up behind you and smack you in the back of the head, and you won't hear them coming. But you can do it, you know. It's up to you. So, Roscoe, I have a job. I work for an architectural and engineering firm. Roscoe is a horrible liar. Roscoe is spreading false information. So to my moderators, Roscoe thinks I'm unemployed. Please educate Roscoe on what we think of them. Roscoe is spreading false information and doesn't care. So Roscoe, we see what you think about the truth. You don't even know me or my channel, so why are you spreading falsehoods, Should I sue you for libel? You want to talk to my lawyer? Roscoe, where's Roscoe at? Let's check out Roscoe. Yeah, Roscoe 4120. Let's check out Roscoe there. Let's see what a great benefactor to society that Roscoe 4120 is. Roscoe, how you doing? Come on, Roscoe, give me a comment. Where you at there, Roscoe? Yeah, Roscoe, where you at? Roscoe, that's all you got? Come on, Roscoe, tell us what you really think about us, Roscoe. We'll make this the Roscoe channel because Roscoe wants to make it all about Roscoe. Roscoe rules the world there, Roscoe. How you doing, Roscoe? Come on, Roscoe, give me some comment here, Roscoe. Roscoe, where you at? Why are you saying anything, Roscoe? Are you scared? Roscoe's a coward. Roscoe has no comment, and he can't comment. And you're sitting there just squirming because you're a weak and worthless person, Roscoe. Good, Roscoe. We love you, Roscoe. Roscoe needs the love. Roscoe needs a puppy. Yeah, Roscoe. How you doing, Roscoe? Yeah, Roscoe's not scared. Roscoe's going to find me on the streets of Chicago, and he's going to pick a fight with you. Come on, Roscoe. Roscoe, where you at? Come here and meet me on the street, Roscoe. Show me what a tough person you are, Roscoe. Come on, Roscoe. Where you at? Roscoe, Roscoe, Roscoe. Come on, Roscoe. Where you at, Roscoe? Come on, give me a comment. Where you at, Roscoe? Yeah. Roscoe doesn't watch my content. Roscoe doesn't watch my content at all. Roscoe is a liar. Roscoe, come on, that's all you got? You write in all caps? Are you like seeing impaired? What's your problem, Roscoe? Come on, Roscoe. Give me some problems here, Roscoe. What's your problem, Roscoe? Where you at, Roscoe? Come on, Roscoe. Come on, Roscoe, you love it. Yeah. No, let's leave him on. Let's make Roscoe's gonna sit here, and for the next hour, Roscoe's gonna watch my channel, and he's gonna watch the Mayday parade because he wants to watch socialism and learn something about socialism. So maybe Roscoe will learn something. Come on, so let Roscoe be on here. And we'll let everybody else in the comments tell us what we think about Roscoe. So Roscoe can understand that we can gang up on him. I want to let people in the comments, if Roscoe keeps trolling us, we're going to troll Roscoe. And that's what he wants. He likes the abuse. Roscoe likes the abuse. Come on, Roscoe, where you at? Yeah. No, let Roscoe be in there. Let Roscoe get everybody in the comments against him. And that's what we want. Thank you. Thanks for backing me up. So I'll lay off of Roscoe here. Roscoe's going to stick around and learn something. So here, Lemoyne Street in Ashland. Thanks for tuning in. Welcome to Chicago. Yeah. Yeah, Roscoe's a cute name. Sounds like a puppy. A little puppy's there in the comments, writing in all caps. Thanks. We know who Roscoe is. So hey, thanks for tuning in. Welcome to Ashland. Here we're on the near west side here. We're gonna head through Noble Square. There's some beautiful churches over here, and we'll go by St. Stanislaus. We'll go by, there's a what is it called? There's a park recreational facilities designed by Jens Jensen, and all the great park facilities we have throughout Chicago. Yeah, we're on the north side. Yeah, Roscoe's a dog's name. That's a cute little dog's name. Thanks everybody for backing me up. I appreciate it. There, Namombo. Very nice. '77 Sunset Strip. That's right. That's a great comment there. Say, Beach Avenue. We made it to Beach Avenue, Ashland. Thanks for tuning in here. Welcome to Chicago, United States of America, planet Earth. Dolores, how you doing? Pete, Johnny Apple. Yeah. Look at this building. 411 Wolf Home Design. You got some outdoor Look at this place. Food, drink, hours. Mott Street, Chicago. Mott Street. Come on. Trying to get this thing unzipped here. There we go, I got it. Here, Dr. Jack's Diddle Lounge. Very nice. Yeah, do you think Chicago will ever do a better way to go east-west? I don't understand that comment. Thanks for your comment there. I don't understand what that means. The Dukes of, yeah, was there a Roscoe and the Dukes of Hazzard? There was a Boss Hogg. Yeah, Roscoe, he worked at the gas station there, right? Yeah, I think you're right. So maybe that's where Roscoe came from. So you know what? Let's cut over on this street here. We got 103. We got plenty of time to get Union Park. I want to show you something along the way. And we've shown this before. We've shown it on TikTok. I don't know if I've covered this area enough on YouTube, so we're going extended hours here. We got 103 in the afternoon here, Chicago, Illinois, United States of America. It feels pretty nice. I'm actually getting warm here. That breeze feels good. So Al Capone's house is, well, okay, the house that his wife and mother lived in, that's a tribute, he bought in 1923. Al Capone is on 73rd and Prairie Avenue, south of 73rd on Prairie Avenue. That neighborhood's called Grand Crossing. I got a rerun of it. And oh, yeah, North Avenue is super busy. Oh, that's what you mean by the east-west. Thanks. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I agree. And it could be because Cortlandt Avenue is another east-west street that gets you across the river, but they've been working on that bridge. And it was supposed to be called Lincoln Yards. Now they rebranded it. They're going to call it something else. They're going to build some new housing there by the river where Finkel and Sons used to be. We're talking about between Bucktown and Lincoln Park there, those east-west bridges, or Wicker Park, whatever. We're on the edge of Wicker Park. We're kind of south of Bucktown. We're like north of Noble Square. We're going to head down to Noble Square. See, look, the street's below the street. So here, the Ray Street's right here. And Bosworth and Blackhawk. This is Blackhawk Street. We're on Blackhawk Street. We're going to head over to Noble, and we'll go over towards the Kennedy Expressway. Yeah, thanks, Peter Meach. You know what you're talking about there. Look at that. So they're working on the sidewalk here. This area used to be a Polish enclave, and that's why a lot of the churches, like St. Stanislaus and the Holy Trinity, were like Polish cathedrals, and we'll go right by them here. Iglesia de Cristo de Soniera. Look at this. This is on Blackhawk Street. Little church. Working on the sidewalks. Yeah, so see how a lot of that's what happens. A lot of where the first floor used to be, it becomes your garden apartment, and then your second floor becomes, they bust a new entrance, and you get the raised streets here. And even with the new, they even utilize it for the new construction there. Look at that. See, this is new construction infill. Cleaver and Blackhawk Street here. We're in West Town technically, but we're kind of Wicker Park on the edge of it here. Look at that terracotta. Cleaver Street and Blackhawk Street. We're just west of the Kennedy Expressway. They tore down a lot of buildings around here to build the Kennedy Expressway. Now here's why I went this way. You see this? This is Pulaski Park. Does that sound like a Polish name? It is, just like Pulaski Avenue. But we're not near Pulaski Avenue. We're near Noble Street. We're near St. Stanislaus. This is a Jens Jensen Park District building. Look at that. There's a park here. They tore down a lot of buildings to build this park, and it was part of the City Beautiful movement. They thought parks would be community centers. They could provide showers and recreation and activities for ethnic enclaves. They did this as part of like the Hall House. They would assist immigrant groups, and they did this at the late 1800s. And this is what this is here in Noble Street, Blackhawk. And there's the Kennedy Expressway right there. There it is. Thanks, Julie. No, I honestly think I really appreciate my moderators, but we don't even need moderators. You know why? We got enough people. We got more allies in the chat. Whereas what really helps me out the most is what you guys exactly did. Is it helps good people calling out whoever's trolling us and saying proving to everybody else that doesn't know us that the person doesn't know what they're talking about. Because you know I do have a job. You know that I usually live stream when I'm walking to work, which is a funny thing for someone to say I'm unemployed when most of my live streaming occurs on my commute to and from work. And that's what angers me the most is, you know, and so it's not that I'm easily trolled. I am easily trolled, but I think we got enough people in the chat that we can just force these people to give up and put their energies towards somebody else. Here is St. Stanislaus. Here's St. Stanislaus. This is a Polish-style cathedral, noble and evergreen. This is the mother church of many Polish churches all along the west side here. And this is the park. This is Pulaski Park. They got some ball fields. They got a big, huge swimming pool. They got a school. They built a new school. They almost tore down this church for the Kennedy Expressway. They were going to tear down this church. The community rallied in support, so they moved. There's a curve in the Kennedy Expressway. And the reason there's a curve in the Kennedy Expressway is because Rothenkowski and they got it moved. They got the federal government to move the highway, and it goes within feet of this church, St. Stanislaus Catholic Church. Look at this cross. Now, I'm not trying to promote one religion over the other. I think this is an amazing, unique view of Chicago, and we're seeing it from Noble Street here. They got the cross here, St. Stanislaus. There's the John Hancock, the One Chicago Tower. Look at that view. Chicago, Illinois, United States of America, planet Earth. Yeah, Christy, you got my back. Thank you. I appreciate it. Look at that nice view. That's the Kennedy Expressway. We're on Noble Street, looking at the Chicago skyline from west down. There's St. Stanislaus, Pulaski Park. We're going to head down to Union Park. Here's the school. They got this 1950s St. Stanislaus Koska Academy. And thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Here at Potomac and Noble Street. Aisha's tuning in. Hey, that's great, Lorraine. Thanks everybody that tuned in yesterday for the jail. Hopefully that didn't freak anybody out. I know a lot of people, we know people that have been locked up in that jail, so it's kind of close to home. That's good. Auditorium Theater. Sister Act. Oh, I didn't know that either. I'll look into that. That's good information there. Yeah, the John Hancock's nice. I always like the John Hancock. I'm so happy that the 95th and 96th floors are supposed to be scheduled to be reopened next year. Now, the 96th will be an event space that you can rent out, from what I understand. But the 95th will be a bar again. Remember, there used to be a restaurant, and the bar used to be on the 96th. But they still got the observation deck on the 94th. Here, Crystal Street. So if you just joined me in Chicago, we're heading down to Union Park. I'm taking a long way to get here because that's what I do. Show you something along the way. And, you know, I could have took the train. I could have rode a bike. But then I just been waiting around filming the speeches. I'm sure there's somebody else. Again, last year we rocked with Drew Drzezinskis. He's no longer with us. Who remembers Drew Drzezinskis? He was big in the unions. He was trying to form a union for Amazon. Got a lot of flack for it. But that's always going to be controversial. He could take it out. He could take it. Here, $5.99. So here's gas prices at the Shell at Division Street and Noble. $5.99 for regular, $6.99 for V-Power. They don't even sell diesel. I don't see diesel on there. Here's the Shell at Division Street. What's this? Regular with wash. Oh, if you get a wash, they'll give you if you buy a wash, they'll give you a discount. Here, let's cross. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Thanks, Dolores. Yeah, I saw some of your comments there when we were in the jail. You were like, yeah, that's where they should put people that got life sentences. I know it's a pretty dismal place. And it was kind of creepy, like a nightmare. You film horror movies in there, and that's what they did. This is Division Street. There's the Kinney Expressway. Look how they painted some murals and stuff. That's a big distribution warehouse along Elston. Yeah, let's head across here. We're going to cross Division. We're going to keep heading south towards Union Park. This is the Holy Trinity. They got like holy relics in the basement and stuff. Yeah, let's cross here. This is Division Street. Milwaukee Avenue's right over there. I hardly drive at all because I don't have a car. I do have a driver's license. I do drive in the city sometimes, probably poorly. But yeah, I've lived in Chicago for 27 years without a car. And so, you know, different strokes for different folks. I know a lot of people wouldn't or couldn't or shouldn't be willing to do that, but it's worked for me. That's why I stay in such good shape. How you doing here? Welcome to Chicago. Yeah. Yeah, well, those prices, even if I don't drive a car, it gets pressed into fertilizer cost, food cost. There's going to be food inflation. There's going to be fuel inflation. The stock market doesn't care. We know the stock market doesn't care about us. The stock market doesn't need us. But we need gas, and we need food, and we need fertilizer. And we need the Straits of Hormuz back open. Here is the Casca, the Holy Trinity Church here. Holy Trinity Church is the Roman Catholic Church. This again, St. Stanislaus was the first church. They added this one later. I used to have the dates, but I don't remember it. You can look it up. Here's the Holy Trinity Church here on Noble Street. This is Westtown, Chicago. We're on the near west side here. Checking out some of the Polish cathedral-style churches. It's beautiful on the inside. I had a wonderful rerun of the inside that TikTok deleted. I'll have to go back and film it again. We'll head down past the housing here. Holy Trinity Church office. Look at this beautiful church here. We'll head around. We'll get on the sidewalk here. Yeah, my six-pack. My six-pack of blubber. Yeah, if we'd all switch to renewable energy, yeah, we can get away from the Strait of Hormuz. I wish we would get away from oil as well, or fossil fuels, but it seems like politically America loves, because of the power, there's a power structure assigned with the petrodollar. A lot of America's military might derives from the petrodollar. The world trades in oil dollars through American currency. It goes back to World War II, which is interesting that America's undermining the very institutions that it set up after World War II to support the dollar and the petrodollar. Why do you think? Is it a coincidence that the countries we invaded were Venezuela and Iran? A lot to do with oil. Go look at the CIA. They're all like sons of oil barons. Here's watch The Good Shepherd. That's all you need to do. Watch that movie. So here we'll head over Milwaukee Avenue. We'll head down to Union Park. Yeah, you're right, Julie Reed. Julie, you're right. So here we'll cross the street here. This is Milwaukee Avenue. Milwaukee Avenue. Here's the 56 Milwaukee bus. We'll see if any bikes are coming. Oh, we go. Okay, good. So we'll continue down Noble Street. This is Milwaukee Avenue. We're just south of Wicker Park. This is West Town. We're gonna head down to Union Park. They're gonna have a big parade. Happy Mayday, how you doing? Concilio Garcia, how you doing? Yeah. Thanks, have a great weekend, you too. California's shutting down some oil refineries. That's interesting, Butthead, yeah. Pete, how you doing? Hazlitt. James. Is that church still from the Blues Brothers? Oh! Okay, so... Where the okay, if you're referring to when they visit the nun and the penguin in the orphanage, it's down an alley. That's the that's the Schoenhofen Brewing Company. It's a German beer baron, and they set up a false front. I filmed that. It's on 18th Street. It's on 18th Street in East Pilsen, and. Now, they refer to the church as Our Lady of Perpetual Help. There is a church in Bridgeport called St. Mary's of Perpetual Help. We filmed that on Good Friday. I do have a rerun of that. And I called it Our Lady of Perpetual Help like they did in the movie, even though it's really St. Mary's of Perpetual Help. It's beautiful. It's on 30-something Street in Bridgeport. Here, we're going to cross. This is Augusta. Augusta Noble here is here. There's the John Hancock. We'll head down Noble Street here. How you doing? Thank you. So this is yeah, they redid this church for housing. This is called St. Boniface. This is St. Boniface Church on Noble Street, West Town, Chicago. We'll show it to you. It's a beautiful church. It used to be a German. It wasn't a Polish church. It was a German. It was a Catholic or Protestant. I'm not for sure. I think it was Catholic. The German Catholic churches in Lincoln Park are like St. Michael's and further south St. Joseph's, which is near River North. There are Lutheran churches in German Lutheran churches in Lincoln Park as well, like St. James. This is St. Boniface. It lost its congregation just like the Ghost Church in Pilsen was a German church. It lost its congregation probably in the 1920s, and then it was like other things. And what was it still used as a church? I don't know. I moved to Chicago in 1999. It was vacant, and they just recently, after the pandemic, converted it to housing, and they did this to many churches in West Town, Ukrainian Village. And they added on to the back. It's St. Boniface Flats. I guess that's what they call it now. And it's on Noble Street, West Town, Chicago. Look at it. Thanks for tuning in here. Roscoe's just watching. Watch, Roscoe's going to wait until we get to the park, and then he's going to lay into us. And we know what Roscoe's doing, so Roscoe's going to do what Roscoe does, and, you know, maybe this is Roscoe's job. Roscoe's job is to troll us. Someone's paying Roscoe to troll us. And look at the persistence. Look at the persistence of Roscoe. He's got time to just sit there all day and pester me. It's amazing that I could attract that much attention of anyone for any reason. Here, look at these rabbits. Look at that. It's a big mind fuck. And oh, excuse me, I used a bad word there. Yeah, here's look at this. Here's some rabbits. Here's some rabbits on Noble Street. Look at that. Very nice. No, Roscoe was trolling me. He said I didn't have a job. So Roscoe knows all about me. Isn't that great? Roscoe's like stalking me. He's got my picture up on the wall with a bunch of like voodoo doll pins in it. That's good. See, Grandma, I love giving the power to Grandma's Corner, you know. Roscoe's sitting there. He's pissed off. Grandma laid down the law, which is good. That's what he gets. Needs some anti-patriarchal power. We got the power. Here, Noble Square. So there's a pool there. There's a pool, and that's okay. Thanks, Aisha. Thanks for tuning in. See, we're doing extended time. Yeah, there's a indoor swimming pool there. I've never used it, but I know it's there. And here's Chicago Avenue and Noble Street, West Town, Noble Square. See where that building is? The helicopter? That's where people are gathering. So that's why that helicopter's there. We're going to the parade. Yeah. How's my battery doing? 62%. Okay, good. Here's Chicago Avenue. Hey, there's an electric Chicago Avenue bus. Very nice. Yeah, we don't tolerate any disrespect. Thanks, Grandma. There's the John Hancock. Dreamfish, yeah, Colorado River Toad. Yeah, happy Mayday. He's a stable genius. Happy Labor Day. Yeah, Mayday. You know, in America, we can't celebrate May Day on May the 1st. It's too much of a socialist holiday. And so, even though it started in Chicago, so America celebrates this as Labor Day, except in Chicago, we celebrate it on May Day. I think Minneapolis is having a parade, but I think they're doing theirs on the weekend. We're doing ours actually on the actual day, May the 1st. Because, you know, think unions, 8-hour workday. Think of all the OSHA, all the child labor laws and pay equity and things, you know, that unions fought for, that we take for granted, you know. And I know the unions can be abusive, but so can corporations. And so it's a double-edged sword that we got to fight and not give up our rights that other people have fought for, that we benefit from. Here is Noble Street, Chicago, Illinois. We got about 1:25 in the PM. And we got 45 degrees Fahrenheit, about 7 degrees Celsius. Not too bad. Hey, look at this teddy bear. There's a teddy bear. There's a teddy bear hanging on the pole there. There's things you notice. See, I would never notice that if I wasn't live streaming. I'm like looking around for stuff. Yeah, this is Chicago, Illinois, United States of America, planet Earth. We're in West Town, Noble Street, South Chicago Avenue, heading to the West Loop. Union Square. How you doing? You can see the Sears Tower through the trees there. Stop. Time for the percolator. Here's yeah, look at these beautiful storefronts. Get here in West Town. Swimming pools. Yeah, they look like those 60s Jetsons buildings with the curves. See this helicopter? That helicopter's for the Union Park. The helicopter's gonna be following us all day. Cubs are playing. Yeah, that's great. Keep us up to date on the Cubs score. I'll report the score if you keep me up to date. I appreciate that. Thanks, James. Yeah, let us know how the Cubs are doing. It was nice to see him take 2 out of 3 against San Diego. So here's a nice corner. I might lose my connection. Sometimes I lose my connection here for some reason, but there's a beautiful storefront right there. There's a nice corner bar. This is Noble Street in Erie, I think. I'll head through here.
Everything's under control.
You own the sidewalk? You gonna charge me rent? Yeah. Here's the Irish. This is the. Oops. Stop here. This is the Noble Square Irish Pub. I think that's what this is. Is that what they call this? Noble and Erie. No, it's the Erie Pub. No, Irish Nobleman Pub. Irish Nobleman Pub. Right here at 1367 West Erie Street. Look at this nice corner here. Noble Square. Nice window bays. Sandra, how you doing? Scorpion King, you get off of my street. This is a public street. Come on, I'm easy to find. I'm right here. Come on. You said this is your street. Why aren't you defending it? Here, here's the Bear Champ. There's J.C. Rivera's great work there. There's the Bear Champ. Look at that. They got the flamingos. Look how the bear's sitting there in the flamingos. There we're at Ohio Street and Noble. Thanks, John. How you doing? Thanks for the gift. Appreciate it. Yeah, we're heading over to Union Square for the parade, Mayday. Hey, look at this nice mural. I like the octopus. Look at that. Got the waves, scuba gear. Mermaids. Look at that. I wonder if they're going to fill this in with color. There's the helicopter. A helicopter's been following me all day. I mean, that's probably the Scorpion King in that helicopter looking for me. Yeah, Scorpion King's full of shit. I'm sure if you're in the folks and the people there, you know, you're sitting there trolling me online because you're not out in the real life here, you know. Are you playing a video game? You think this is a video game? I've been walking in these streets for 3 years, and yeah, I live on the north side, the wimpy north side. People get murdered on the north side too. Welcome to Trump's America. No one cares about gun violence. No one cares about your gun violence. If it's at your school, your church, no one gives a shit. Is that Washington, D.C.? No one gives a shit. No one gives a shit if you're in the inner city, suburbs, at a mall. You're not safe at the airport. You're not safe anywhere. And everybody knows it. And everybody's got anxiety, but everybody deals with it in different ways. Here is, hey, where are we at here? Grand Avenue and Noble Street. Yeah, let's cross here. Grand Avenue. Looks like it's gonna rain. I'm more worried about the rain. Every day it doesn't look like it's gonna rain, then it rains. Grand Avenue, West Town, here, Noble Street, Burger Baron. Yeah, watch out, Scorpion King. My posse's gonna get you. We control the internet. Here is, we control your reality, masters of reality. Look at this nice mural here, Nirvana 9. What is this? I'm trying to get past here. Tree. Hey, look at that, got a nice, I like this. Look at this mural here. We're still on Noble Street. We're south of Grand. Nirvana 9. Like the dog. He's talking on the phone. Very nice. Yeah, it's cloudy. It's cloudy and cold. Cloudy and clammy. It's like 45 degrees. It's kind of cold. Yeah, thanks, Andrew. Hope we're trying to keep it relaxing. Yeah, sorry I went off on that guy there. I just wanted to. That's my way of dealing with it. I felt like empowered by the whole situation for some reason. Here's Hubbard and Noble. Hey, the Breakfast Club. Check out the Breakfast Club here. Hey, there's the Metro. There's the Metro. Heading in there from the west side, just in time. Yeah, we'll go under the Metro tracks. The Breakfast Club. So in Chicago, you were looking for the Breakfast Club. Here it is, the Breakfast Club and Grill. Where we at? We're at Noble Street and Hubbard. Noble Street and Hubbard. West Town. We'll go over to Ogden Avenue. Hey, we missed the bus. Peace, Elise. How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Happy May Day. Yeah. Thanks for helping out. And I know I don't expect anybody. We got stuff. I can handle it. But we're heading over to Union Square. They're going to have some speakers. And remember last year, Drew Jazinskis, we marched with him. He's no longer with us. But we'll see all kinds of crazy things, and we're going to get all kinds of crazy comments, but we'll just let it fly. People are going to say what they're going to say. Here is Ogden Automotive. Hubbard and Ada are over by Ogden or West Town. We're going to head to the West Loop, Union Park. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, let's head under here. Here we got some tulips. Poppy, how you doing? Why do you want to be blocked? That's really strange. You just want some attention. That's okay. We'll give it to you. Here is look. There's Garfield. Here's Garfield. Check out the murals here. When you expect nothing, you get everything. That's destiny. You expect nothing, you got everything. Here's Garfield. There, Garfield's got a nice can of spray paint there. How you doing there, Garfield? Look like you need some lasagna. Look at this cat. Look at the wonderful, look at that. I like that. Look at this colorful street art here. Yeah, let's head to Union Park here, Chicago, Illinois. Look at this. Wow, I like that. This is underneath the metro tracks. So this is Ogden Avenue. Chicago, Illinois, United States of America, planet Earth. We got about 45 degrees, and we got 1:34 in the PM. We're heading over to Union Square. They're going to have a Mayday parade. Thanks for tuning in. Look at this. Posse. Our posse's got velocity. Yeah, lasagna. Yeah, Lorraine's tuning in. Yeah, Lambie. Yeah, Lorraine, our condolences are going out to Lambie. She lost her dog of 15 years. Her beloved dog passed away, so we're grieving with Lambie. But thanks for tuning in, both Lorraine and Lambie, and Pizza Lisa and everybody else at Grandma's Corner. Thanks everybody for tuning in here. There's the Sears Tower. So we're looking at the murals. Lorraine, we're heading over to Union Park. They're having a May Day parade for unions and labor rights, and we filmed it last year, so I figured we'll do it this year. I think there's speeches going on now. The parade's going to start at 2. My battery will probably run out before the parade's over, so then we'll either switch the other phone or figure out something to do. But yeah, I'm streaming longer than usual today because of this. Here is look at that. Look at these. I figured this is the most interesting thing happened today, so I skipped the stream this morning and started working, and everything will work out here. Someone's calling me here. Christy, how you doing? Nice tour. Yeah, so this is Ogden Avenue. This is some of the new housing in the West Loop of Chicago. There's the Green Line heading in there, the Green Line CTA train. We'll get closer to it. We'll head over to Union Park here. Got about 45 degrees. It's cooler than it was yesterday, but it's not raining, so we'll take it. There's some of the new housing in the West Loop along Fulton Market. You saw Michael? Hey, that's you saw the movie. How was the Michael movie? Yeah, has anybody else seen the Michael? I heard good things about it. Yeah, the Michael Jackson movie. I guess it's out in theaters. There's how you doing? Okay. So here's the there we go. Look at that. There's the metro train going through there. Hey, there was some street art on that metro track. That's good. Or train. Yeah, let's head over to Union Park here. Soul House Yoga. So Fulton and Ogden. What time we got? 1:37. Actually, we're here at a good time because we can get in there. We'll get the tail end of the speeches. There we go. There's the Green Line heading across Ogden Avenue, Chicago, Illinois. Look how fast it goes through there. So this is Fulton Street. You can look all the way back to that's the one, or the St. Regis Tower. Oops. There's a McDonald's. Who was asking about McDonald's? Somebody asked if there was McDonald's in Chicago. Yeah, this stuff was built all within the last 5 years, and it's new luxury rental housing, or yeah, mostly. This is Ogden Avenue. It runs through at an angle through the west side of Chicago, mostly south and southwest, south by southwest. Yeah, so the McDonald's headquarters is over there on Randolph. We're heading to Union Park, which is by Ashland. So the Palmer House is in the Loop of Chicago. We're about 2 miles west of the Palmer House. We're talking about the Palmer House Hilton. Yeah, that's in the Loop. That's on State Street in Monroe. That's near where I work. See, I work. I have a job. It's just not right now, at this moment, or this hour of the day. Here is we're underneath the green line here. Here's the green line. There we go. We got the light. So this is Lake Street. Lake Street goes all the way to the Loop. Goes all the way to the west side. Look underneath. You can ride a bike underneath here for miles under this big steel cage. Look at all those girders. So, look, we're already seeing, we got salt trucks ready to block off the streets. We got bike police. We're going to walk into a permitted, organized march for Mayday here in Chicago. And we filmed it last year. We'll see what's happening. Got about 45 degrees. We got 139 in the PM here. We got May the 1st, 2026, streaming on YouTube. Have a great day there. That's good. Thanks, Eagle. Look at these green bulbs here. It's amazing. Yeah, Lambie, it shows the general mentality of the people that, you know, exist in the world. We gotta toughen up our stance. People are just rude. So, you know, we'll ignore them and they'll go away. Here's Union Park here. This is what we came to see, and I'm just doing this for a time capsule, kind of a snapshot in time to see what's happening. I feel this is a newsworthy event. I don't necessarily endorse or disendorse any of these statements. We're just showing people freely assembled here, expressing their First Amendment free speech right. We're on YouTube. It's an American company. YouTube, Alphabet, Google just posted record profits so they can withstand the heat here. So here, Union Park, we're on the west side of Chicago, Illinois, United States of America, planet Earth. It's 1:41 in the PM here on May the 1st, 2026. So we'll see what they're saying, and we'll see the little parade here. Yeah, we got media. I'm media too.
We're going to raise the wage so we can have a living wage.
Living wage.
I unapologetically serve as a Homeland Security Committee, and I walk in with the energy of the vibe to abolish ICE. You won't be surprised by this, but I'm also the lead sponsor of the No ICE Act, where we're going to end detention, disrupt enforcement, and send all that money, all your money that they're spending to try to terrorize our communities, back to Chicago, back to Portland, back to Minneapolis, and to everyone. We gotta be Congress co-sponsored, able to thrive and not live in fear. And I know that the work that we're doing. I'm here today. A big shout out to the state reps, to the state, to you, not to the APACs, not to the state of the resistance is strong. So So, Chicago, let me say this as I wrap up. We're going to continue to organize, am I right? Are we going to practice solidarity? Are we going to build the beloved community? Are we going to strengthen our movement? Because no matter what this fascist administration does, we will not allow them to break our spirit. We're going to show them what Chicago is made of. And let me remind you for the record, when our city is under attack, what do we do? When our immigrants are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When our workers are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When education is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
Stand up, fight back.
Stand up, fight back.
Stand up, fight back. Stand up,
Yeah.
fight back. Thank you, Chicago.
Yeah. Very nice. Hey, welcome to Union Park, Chicago,
All right.
Illinois.
Let's
Yeah.
give it up one more time for Congresswoman Delia Ramirez.
Yeah.
Now I wanna just let y'all in on a bit of an open secret. Did you all know that a union built right here in Chicago is taking over the Midwest? Illinois, Indiana, Kansas City, Missouri.
Look at your other neighbor to the right, say Happy Mayday. My name is Greg Kelly and I have the honor. And I also want to shout out my sisters from local and siblings from Local 1 and Local. As a lifelong trade unionist, I've spent a lot of time thinking about solidarity.
Route, I think my connection's cutting out at this speech. They're gonna about 2 p.m. They're going to march down. Maybe just stand in a place and watch them go by. But here we are, Union Park here in Chicago. Yeah, well, let the trolls do what trolls. You know, we know what they think. It's not going to change. We see. Say happy May Day from Chicago. Thanks for tuning in here. I was trying to film the speeches, but I think I was losing my connection. It was too crowded, so we'll head over this way. There we go. Very nice. Union Park, Chicago, Illinois. That's over there. See, there's the Sears Tower. There's the Sears Tower. So we'll get in position here. I'll just stick around here until this parade starts here. Yeah, look at this. There. Hey, look at the dogs. Yeah. Look at the statue here, yeah. That's one of the mayors of Chicago there. They're going to march through the west. We're grilling out here. Hey, thanks for the update, James. Cubs up 3-0. Yeah. People over here. Different groups. Yeah, they're probably jamming the signal. This happens sometimes, and that's why I'm going to try to get further up the parade route. Maybe we won't be jammed. Maybe I just film people walking by. But it always happens. We get in the crowds here. The cell towers can't handle everything. So people are gathering here. There's going to be a parade here down West Loop here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk further west or further east and get to a spot where we got a signal. and then just wait for them to march by. So that's what we'll do. That's why I got here early. I knew this was going to be an issue. There, Union Park, Chicago, Illinois. That's where we're at here. We're heading along the parade route here, and we'll see if we can cross through here. How you doing?
Say what line, bro. Say what.
Yeah, how you doing? Very nice. Very nice. How you doing? Thank you. So here's the front of the parade. We're gonna march down. See, here's the Sears Tower, and we're at Ogden Avenue and Washington Street. The people gather, and this is the beginning. This is the beginning of the parade route. So let's get across here. This is the front of the permitted march. It's going to go down Washington Street. I think they're going to go to Racine. I probably won't go any further past Racine. I'll probably head back. We'll just film the beginning of this. So, look, they got a band here. We got the band back together. That's Mayday. I mean, I think, okay, so yeah, there was some controversy whether the Chicago Teachers Union is a part of this and whether they were going to let the kids out of school or not. I think it's like voluntary, so there might be some students. That's why we saw some students there, a part of this. Hey, here we go. Let's practicing for the... Yeah, nice sound. Yeah. Sounds good. Sounds good. Very nice. Charity bike tour, healthy lungs. Do you celebrate Labor Day? Is Labor Day a communist holiday? What's the difference? Please explain it to me. Chicago, Mayday started in Chicago, so it's a lot of the labor. This is the labor movement in Chicago is what this is. So am I streaming okay? Do I got connection problems? I know I had connection problems in the crowd here. We're gonna wait here. We got 1:53 in the PM. I think at 2 PM this is supposed to head down Washington. And yeah, thanks for removing that. Thanks. Sorry. I apologize to anybody. I can't help what people post here. We got good moderators, and I'm going with some stupid comments. It's expected when you film anything like this in America. So don't conflate the two. Just like there's big differences between democratic socialists. They believe in democracy and elections. They don't believe by the means, you know. Please don't dumb everything down. We can hold two thoughts at once here. Hey, nice saxophone here. Yeah. So if you just joined, we're in Chicago. We're waiting for this parade to start. 1:54 in the PM. We got about 45 degrees. We're at Ogden and Washington, west side of Chicago. This Union Park. There were some speeches going on, but my connection was cutting out, so I got to the side here. Just wait for this. There you can see the Sears Tower. He says we're about a mile west of this, mile and a half west of the Sears Tower. We're in the West Loop of Chicago. Normal day. You got time. You're here right now. There's the band. Yeah. Yeah, the world's not normal. Where's your wheel to be weird? Here, Ogden Avenue. When the DNC was here, we covered people that were pro-Kamala Harris. This is pro-left. I'm showing that. It's part of the whole spectrum of our society. It exists. Here's the pipe fitters, the union right here. Union. This is real in Chicago. This is unions. A lot of labor rights movement started in this city. You know, we had to deal with industrialization, concentration of wealth. Yeah, funding stupid wars. That's a lot of what this is about too. So here we're waiting for this parade to start. We got 1:56. Hopefully in 4 minutes. Hopefully they'll start it on time. We're waiting around here. Hey, thanks everybody for tuning in. We're in Chicago, Illinois, here at Union Park, May the 1st, 2026. We're waiting for this permanent march here to start. Yeah, let's talk about Drew Drzezinskis. Who remembers Drew Drzezinskis? He was an intrepid Chicago live streamer. I first ran across him before the DNC. He blew up because he was pro-union. He was trying to organize unions for Amazon in Chicago. Got a lot of flack. The poor guy, it was a terrible accident late last summer. He supposedly dove into a pool, injured his head, and passed away. And it was so sudden and shocking. But he was full of life and vigor and was young. And we marched with him last year, Drew Drzezinskis. And I'm going to pull up some of that footage from last year and show it. Yeah, Drew, Lambie, you remember Drew Drzezinskis? Yeah, thank you, Lambie. And again, we're mourning with you. Lambie lost your dog 15 years, and we know what it's like. It's hard, and we'll remember, we won't forget. And here we go. See, we got 1:58. We'll see if they're going to start this parade. Oops, sorry. Here comes, hey, we'll show you the disco lights here. Hey, we get putting on a show. Oh, I turned it off. Here's a helicopter. See, Ogden Avenue. Yeah, Amazon's replacing employment with robots. That's why I said it's a much higher likelihood that your job will be replaced by a robot or an AI algorithm than a immigrant. There'll be plenty of immigrant jobs for Americans. Here's, hey, they got the fire hydrant off here. Look at that, they got no water pressure. Here, what time we got? 1:59. Let's see if they start this thing on time. They're supposed to start it at 2 p.m. here. Ogden and, this is Ogden and Washington Boulevard here in Chicago. Oh, thank you, Grandma's Corner. Thank you for being on, doing what you're doing here. Footage, yeah, thanks for watching. No problem. I figure this is a newsworthy event. Who else is covering this? Ernie's sleeping in. I don't blame him. We wore ourselves out yesterday walking around that prison. If you missed it yesterday, we were at the Joliet jail, and there's a whole rerun we walked through. It was so creepy, wasn't it, walking through those jail cells? Oh, I mean, talking about a living hell. And it's all rusty and paint's peeling off the walls, but it was nice seeing that ball game, and the band was great, the music was great. I'll have to post some of that. Yeah, peace of Lisa, thanks. So here, we're waiting for this parade. 2 p.m. Here we go, 2 p.m. Let's see if they're going to start this thing. We'll just watch. We'll just film everybody marching by. That's what I want to do. Hopefully we'll be able to stream it here. These things never start on time. Yeah, we're all dirty. We're all dirty hippies here. Look at that. We're a bunch of hillbillies here living in the city. Hey, look at the helicopters. We got 1, 2, 3 helicopters. Hey, helicopter city here. Yeah, they almost crashed into each other. So we're waiting for this Mayday parade to start. 1, 2, 3, 4 helicopters. 4 helicopters. 5 helicopters. 5 helicopters. We're surrounded. Look at this beautiful building. Look at this building, West Loop of Chicago. That's on Madison Street. So the United Center is over that way. Yeah, it's creepy. Nice tunes, yeah, nice tunes. Yeah, thanks Lisa for Thanks, Lisa, for printing that. Yeah, First Amendment free speech right. Freedom of assembly, freedom of speech. Freedom to make a sign and walk down the street, get a permit from the city. They'll provide services and let you do it. Pay a fee. The lake's on the east side. The Lake Michigan's on the east side of Chicago. The lake goes to the south side. The lake goes to the north side. I don't know what you're asking there. We're looking west. Hey, look at the rollerblader. That guy's on rollerblades. He's rollerblading through here. Filming. He's filming on rollerblades. He's going to cover it. That's a good way to cover it. Yeah, thanks, Pizza Lisa. Thanks for the good information there. Thanks for helping out. So here it looks like something's moving. Maybe they're starting to move up here. They're just going to fill in the gap. That might be the front of it. That might be the front of the parade here. So happy Mayday here, Chicago, Illinois. There's the church has a scaffold. It's Union Park, Ogden and Washington Boulevard, Chicago, Illinois. United States of America, planet Earth. We got May the 1st, 2026, 2:03 in the p.m., 45 degrees, 7 degrees Celsius, whatever it translates to. And we'll watch this come through. They got the streets blocked off. They got Ogden blocked off. And we'll watch this parade get going here. Look at that. Look at these helicopters. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's the train. The elevated train's going through there. Looks like something's about ready to get started here. Albert, how you doing there? Keith Mitchell, how you doing? Thanks everybody for tuning in. Echo Romeo. So if you just tuned in here, this is a May Day labor rights anti-war protest in Chicago, Illinois. And we got, how you doing? We got 2:04 in the PM. Waiting for this parade to start. Supposed to start at 2, it's 2:04. We got 45 degrees Fahrenheit. We're on the west loop of Chicago, Ogden, and Washington. That should be interesting. We should see some interesting banners and flags, and I want to see how many people's here. Several thousand probably. There's some speeches going on, Union Park. Thanks for being here with Spirit. See, abolish ICE. Look at that sign there. Yeah, stay away from Chicago. It's going bad to worse. Look at all these helicopters. Thanks for tuning into the dumbness. Yeah, this is the Dumb Channel. Cowabunga Charity Bike Tour. August 1 to 3rd here. Ride for healthy lungs, clean air for all. There, Cowabunga. Don't miss out. Yeah, the hustle. Let's do the hustle. There, Pipe Fitters Local 579, 597. I can't say it right. Come on, let's get this thing, let's get on with it. We got places to go. It's because if I get in the crowd, I lose my signal. If I get in the crowd, you can't see me because I was in the crowd and my signal was cutting out. Everybody was like, get out of the crowd, I can't hear your signal. So I'm waiting for the parade to walk across the street. Can you handle that? Can you be patient until this parade starts? Thank you for tuning in here in Chicago, Illinois, United States of America, planet Earth. I have to dumb everything down for you. Yes, I do. Here, thanks for waiting here. We're going to wait for this People's March here. So everything's getting in line there. War Machine. Let's do the War Pigs. Black Sabbath. Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath here. Look, we're in Mexico. Welcome to Mexico. Helicopter's been following me all day. I don't know what this is for. I don't know where we're at. I don't know what time it is. I don't even know why I'm here. Why are you here? Why does anything happen? Look at all this stuff. Wow. There's helicopters. Something's going on, but I don't know what it is. I'll try to figure it out. Maybe I'll explain it to you once I figure it out. It's your birthday. Hey, Cammy. Cammy, short edits there. You're afraid. Be afraid. Be afraid. Yeah, the world's a scary place. Hey, if you're just tuning in here, we're in Chicago, Illinois, United States of America, planet Earth. We're waiting for this Mayday parade to go on. It's May the 1st, 2026. We got 2:09 in the PM. This was supposed to start at 2. They're going to make me wait all day. Come on, let's get on with it. I want to film this parade and get out of here before it rains. Never become a socialist. Nothing starts on time. I know, I'm the same way. We're lazy. We're a bunch of champagne socialists here. So I guess there's people still speaking, and they're going to wait till they're finished speaking. They're ready to go. Everybody's ready to go. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Everybody's waiting here. Yeah, trains used to be on time. More people are heading over. I hope that's a good sign. Yeah, we're all crazy here. And there's only crazy people tuning in, so you must be crazy like us. Why are you watching the crazy channel? You want to see the craziness, I know. You can't turn away. You're like, I gotta watch these crazy people and see what they say. Hello, Chicago, Illinois, United States of America, planet Earth. Waiting for this Mayday parade to start. Hopefully they're going to start it pretty soon. People are starting to come over to crossing the street. They're heading out of Union Park, lining up here on Washington Boulevard, Chicago, Illinois. 2:11 in the PM. We got 45 degrees. May the 1st. What's for dinner? Yeah. No, I got some fried chicken ready to go. I got some all kinds of good food. Went to Mariano's earlier in the week. Yeah, we're easy to the weekend. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. Come on, let's go. I am getting hungry. Some footage of the helicopter hanging in the sky. Looks how the rotors are just going real slow. Yeah, you should stock up on groceries and gas. Prices only going up, up, up. Fried chicken. Yeah, Lorene, how you doing? No, I'm documenting the protest. Is that okay with you? Is that okay if I just document the protest? I choose to stream this. Is protest enough? I could stream anything. I could be streaming Best Buy right now. I'm streaming this. You know? I could be directing to my product on TikTok Shop, but no, I'm showing this anti-capitalist demonstration. Yeah, be safe. Am I still buffering? Am I still buffering a lot? Yeah, if I'm buffering, you know, we gave it a try. Here comes a nice scooter. How you doing? Yeah, I think like Alexander Chicago has a Starlink. You got to get it from Elon Musk, you know, with his Starlink. It's a satellite internet, and that helps out. It's better than the cell towers. You just got to pay for it. But even that, like satellite dishes, sometimes the weather can affect that. Anybody that had satellite TV, you know what I'm talking about. Best Buy, Lambie T. Yeah, we'll go. Let's go to Best Buy. We'll film. We'll just film the Cubs game. I'm okay. Thanks, Grandma's Corner. Good. I never can tell because, you know, the trolls will do that. They'll be like, oh, you're buffering. I think I was buffering when I was in the crowd because I noticed people dropped off. And smart cities, electric, huge data centers, yeah. What a dilemma. Positive, negatives, everything. Yeah, let's get the party started. I know, I'm like, come on, it's 12:15. Here we go. Here, I think they're getting ready. They're blowing some whistles. Come on, let's come on, this is fashionably night here. Come on, let's get this party started. Yeah, come on, let's march. There's Ogden Avenue. There's that new housing here. This is Union Park, Chicago, Illinois. Look, he's on the rollerblades. That's a good way to cover this. I'm afraid to get in the crowd because I don't want to lose my signal. There's the Sears Tower. We get a nice view of the Sears Tower here. But here's the March for Mayday here in Chicago, 216. There's the Sears Tower. We're in the West Loop here, Ogden and Washington Boulevard. Right across here. A lot of helicopters. Yeah, I might be in Texas for usually we take a Texas trip in June. I might be in Galveston for Juneteenth. That's where Juneteenth started. I know the Obama Presidential Library is going to start on 19th. We've got so many Chicago live streamers like Ernesto, I'm sure J City Walking Girl, I'm sure Nia, I'm sure a lot of other people are going to be covering that, and I'll cover it when I get back. I don't want to go there the first weekend because it costs a lot for tickets. You got to, be VIP or media, and there's going to be a lot of security there because, of course, Obama will be there to open the Obama Presidential. So that's the best video. If I was here, I'd cover it, but I'm not going to commit to it. So thanks for asking. I appreciate it. Yeah, the Obama Presidential Center is opening on Juneteenth this year, June the 19th, 2026. Here we are waiting for this march to start. They're going to make me wait all day. And we'll see if we can film it here. Yeah, we're wasting your time too. Mystic, why are you watching? Why don't you change the channel? Why are you wasting your time? I guess this is a good use of your time. Good. So hey, thanks for watching here. Doesn't make any sense. I guess you like to torture yourself. Hey, they're making a bunch of noise. They're making a bunch of noise here. They're riling up the crowd here. So let's march. Let's march. Yeah. This is history. You're right, Shauna. You're right, Shauna. This is commemorating the sacrifices that people made in the labor rights movement and the civil rights movement and the anti-war movement. It's all combined. And thanks for putting it that way. That's a great comment, Butthead. I think you know what you're talking about. That's good. Thanks. Begs the question. Here, look. Here, we'll show the city, Chicago's finest here. Here comes the bike cops. How you doing? Very nice. Scenes of the city here. We saw this. Remember when the DNC was going on? I covered the DNC. We covered. That was pro-Palestinian protests against the DNC. Here's the bike. Yeah, so they're probably going in advance. They're probably going in advance of the parade. So I think the parade's about ready to start here. Good. So they're gonna go the tip of the spear there. There we go. Here we go. Here's some cheers. There, they're gonna head over to the march here. Hey, Chicago, Illinois, United States, America, planet Earth. Here we got a Mayday parade going on. It's kind of about to start here, 2:20 in the p.m. Got 45 degrees and about 7 Celsius. Yeah, people, it's so controversial. I know KQD2, it's so funny. Well, remember yesterday, so, there we were. It was 2 minor league teams, the Joliet Slammers playing the Gateway Grizzlies. Okay. And people in the comments, they were like, look at this pathetic person watching these prisoners play for entertainment. I'm like, number 1, they're not prisoners. Number 2, this jail's closed. Number 3, this is an historic event. And why are you spreading misinformation and think you know everything and they could be totally clueless? It just cracks me up. Just they wanted to argue with themselves is what it was. So we just let it fly. We just let them sound stupid. It's okay. You're allowed to be wrong. I'm allowed to be wrong too. In the chat. Chloe's in the chat. See, what happens is they always schedule these things and the speakers are all megalomaniacs, and this is their one chance to have a captive audience to listen to them speak for as long as they want, and especially when they're politicians. And so they keep talking and talking just like I'm talking and make us wait. It's like an ego trip. If Castro was speaking, it would go on for another 3 hours. Oh, I missed that. There was a train going across Ogden Avenue there. That would have been a nice view. It's probably the mayor. It could be the mayor speaking right now. I don't know. Yeah, that sounds like Mayor Brandon Johnson right there. Now, I was over there. My connection cut out, so that's why I would be filming it. I had a good spot to film it, but I lost. It was too crowded, and people were covering their face, even though there was like media filming them. It was so funny. Like they didn't mind the media filming, but they minded me filming them. So I think it's going to get started now. I think people starting to move towards this way. So hopefully we'll get this. There we go. General strike. Singing music. Singing songs. Yeah, thanks for watching today. Thanks for tuning in. People are starting to head over from the main area of the speakers. Here comes the people. So here, we'll zoom into the people flocking over here. We'll get in position, and hopefully this thing's going to start pretty soon. So thanks for your patience. Thanks everybody for waiting so long. If I would have arrived fastly late, I would have missed it. I got here on time, and it's starting really late. So we're wasting a bunch of time here, but it's to be expected. There's people streaming out of Union Park. This is Union Park, Chicago, Illinois, United States, America, planet Earth. We got May the 1st, 2026, and there's going to be a permanent march down through the West Loop of Chicago. I think they're going to Daily Plaza, and see how many people are part of this. Yeah, thanks for hitting the thumbs up there. We got a lot of thumbs up. Yeah, what's playing on Earth? There's the train going across here. Look at that. Yeah, people are starting to flock over here. Good. Streaming out of Union Park here. There were speakers. We were over there, but I lost my connection. So Chicago, Illinois, United States, America, planet Earth. Thanks for tuning in here. May the 1st, 2026. Mark of the beast. Run to the hills. Run to the hills. Run for your life. Yeah, you're right. You're in the wrong cult. You're in the wrong cult. Here we go. Here we go. Looks like something's gonna happen. Wow, look at this. So, hey, we've been waiting here all day. Ogden and Washington Boulevard here, Chicago, Illinois. Thanks for tuning in. Watch everybody march by here. Yeah, people tune in for any number of reasons. People tune in because they're for this. People tune in because they're against this. People just want to see what's happening. You know, here's helicopters. We got rollerbladers, people on bikes. Look at this. It's like the eye of the storm. Come on, let's go. The waiting's the hardest part. The waiting's the hardest part. Hey, it's nice fashion here. That's good. Yeah, helicopters. So, Chicago, Illinois, United States of America, planet Earth here. We got May the 1st, 2026. This is the Mayday demonstration here for workers, union and workers' rights, civil rights, anti-war protests. We're at Ogden and Washington Boulevard, and they're going to march through the West Loop. I think they're going to go all the way to Daly Plaza. We'll just kind of film. I'll try to stay in this spot here and just film everybody go by. Here's the initial police line. And last year we marched along with everybody because I'm doing this more like media. And here, let's get over here. So here's probably the mayor. This is probably the mayor or some politicians at the front of the demonstration. I'll kind of stay on the outside here, and we'll try to get it here. So here, and we'll back up here. Get out of the way, everybody here. So here, Mayday march here out of Union Park, West Loop of Chicago. Hey, there's the Portland Frog. There's the Portland Frog right there. How you doing? Stop the war. There's the big sign against billionaires, millionaires, gazillionaires. There's the start of the parade. So we'll get back and film this parade here. So, Chicago, Illinois. Hey, it's finally starting here, so we'll just let you see the sights and sounds of the crowds. See if you can count how many people go by. There's the mayor. There's Mayor Brandon Johnson right there. We'll get a view to him right there. See the cameras filming him. He'll come right into the view right there. Mayor Brandon Johnson. This is the Mayday parade. There he is right there. There's Mayor Brandon Johnson right there. He's behind the guy with the red. There he is. Mayor Brandon Johnson. That's what everybody's filming right there. Mayor of Chicago on the Mayday parade here. There he is. So, Chicago, Illinois, United States of America, planet Earth, May the 1st. There's Mayor Brandon Johnson at the front of the Union Labor Rights March down Washington Boulevard. There we go, right there. There he is. So we'll let the media go by here.
I was looking at an article.
Justice for Silvero. Chicago, Illinois, United States, America, planet Earth. Here we're on the near Union Park on the west side of Chicago, West Loop, not too far west, but yeah, look at it. No, Union Park here, Chicago, Illinois. These people that gather. Am I streaming okay? Hopefully my signal's not cutting out here. Hey, we got dogs. Yeah. Look at this. Yeah, look at this. Look at all the beautiful people here. How you doing? Look at all the beautiful people here. Yeah. Hey, look at these bikes. Yeah, they got the tricked out bikes. Very nice. People praying. People praying. Very nice. So this is the crowd. I'm seeing how long the crowd goes here. So it's a pretty good crowd here. I would say there's several thousand people here, at least 4,000 to 5,000 people, I would estimate. I don't know what the official count is. Sometimes the police do official count. Just tune in. This is Union Park, Chicago, Illinois, United States, America, planet Earth. This is the Mayday. They have this every year in Chicago to commemorate the workers' rights movement in Chicago that's celebrated on Mayday here. So this is the end of the parade route. We're seeing how long it goes. It's getting bunched up. I got antsy there waiting for it to start. And I got to get back. I got to get back to my house. I'm going to try to get back to my house by 3. So I'm going to hop on the train here. I'm going to head over to the Ashland stop on the Green Line, and I'm going to end this live. But I appreciate everybody for tuning in here, and thanks for checking out the and waiting so long. Here's the James Connolly statue in Union Park. I'll still kind of film the size of the crowd here as we head out of the park. And I just want to see how large this crowd was and get the beginning of the march going through there so we can cut out some reruns. And appreciate everybody. Yeah, have a great afternoon there, Prayer and Chris and everybody. Butthead, peace of Lisa, thanks everybody. And yeah, you know, just because I film something doesn't mean I'm necessarily endorsing or promoting it exclusively to anything else. We show a lot of capitalist stuff too. You know, most people, they joke my channel is I talk about socialism, but I film capitalism, and that's I film like the skyscraper high rises of corporate America, you know, and that's nature of our society here. But they had a nice group gather here, and it's amazing how this city can put on big events like this. So, Union Park, Chicago, Illinois, the west side. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Look at the size of the crowd. Here's the whole march here. See how it's really slow going by there. And there it is, the whole thing. And I just want to see what the size of the crowd was, and this was yeah. This church survived the Great Chicago Fire. They used it as a shelter, and they organized the relief from that. When after the City Hall was destroyed, and they used that for City Hall. Can you believe that? So hey, thanks everybody. Thanks to the mods there, yeah. So thanks Grandma's Corner, thanks Bisa Lisa, and everybody else, One Gold Nubian. I appreciate everybody. Thanks for staying on for so long. I didn't mean to waste everybody's time there, but I felt this was important at least to try to cover it in some way, even briefly as we did. And I don't know if I'm gonna do TikTok tonight or not. I'll send a message. I got work to do and stuff, so we'll see you later here from Chicago. Thanks everybody. Check out those reruns. I'll post more reruns of the jail and the music and the ball game and this stuff. So I'll work on that this weekend. Have a great rest of your Friday there, everybody. Happy May Day from Chicago, Union Park. We checked it out, and we'll see you later, okay? Yeah, thanks, Johnny. Thanks, Butthead. Yeah, be safe. KQD2 Lorraine, thanks for everything. Grandma's Corner, Pizza Lisa. Yeah, Johnny, Albert, John, everybody, Scott. We'll see you later. Lambie T, why you are. We'll talk to you later, okay?